What's up guys, it's Amelia. Welcome back to my channel and hello if you are new. Today I'm going to be giving you a 5-month update on the Inkey List Retinol Anti-Aging Serum. Back in June I did post 2 super extensive in-depth review videos of me trying out the Inkey List Retinol for the very first time. I definitely recommend you guys go check out that video first. It kind of goes into what retinol is as a whole, so I'm going to link those videos right down below if you want to check them out. This is just going to kind of be like my 5-month update. I actually started using this product on May 10th. These are kind of just the before shots. I was going through a pretty bad breakout at the time. And then after 1 month of using the product, I did have a lot of scarring still, which I was still really hopeful that the product would be able to help me out with. So now we're at 5 months. This is where my skin is currently at. Now I do want to preface this a little bit. I do have some pretty intense scarring going on. I actually went through a really bad breakout, which I'm going to kind of get into a little bit in this video. But first I kind of want to break down my experience kind of leading up to this big breakout. So back when I first started out this retinol, I was experiencing a little bit of itching on my skin throughout the first week. That is no longer a thing. During the first month, I also was experiencing dry skin and flaky skin. Now my skin is no longer flaky. However, I do think my skin is drier than normal. It has not really helped with the oiliness during the day, but I will say at night it's helped a lot. I wake up and I don't really have any oil on my skin, whereas before I used to always have pretty oily skin. I still notice that my skin feels super incredibly smooth, especially on days where I applied the retinol the night before. So I definitely notice the nights where I apply the serum. Like that's no joke. Now, one thing I did note that was kind of an issue back when I did my month review of it was that I was applying this product to my skin every other day. It was working great at first, but as like time progressed, I started breaking out a little bit. I thought maybe the product was just a little too intense for my skin. So kind of at the end of the month review, I did note that I was cutting back my use of the product, and I thought that was actually really benefiting my skin because 2 weeks after I cut back on the use, my skin did drastically clear up a bit, which kind of leads me to the story of this lovely scarring right here. So I kind of stuck with using the product like every third night, and I had been doing it for about 2 months at the time. My skin was so incredibly clear. The scarring was going away at the end of August. It was really good. I was still getting an occasional whitehead every now and then. However, I just felt like my skin could be smoother. I also felt like I was experiencing some maskne, and I heard that if you're experiencing maskne, you can kind of step up your exfoliation, which for me personally, my experience of exfoliating like every night or too often is not good. But I proceeded with starting to use this every other night. About a week into it, I started getting a big zit. I just thought it was kind of clearing my skin out, and I was like, okay, it'll go away quickly, because that is one thing I have continued to notice throughout using the retinol. The process of the acne like speeds up. And then a week later, I got 2 more big zits. So I had 3 huge, ginormous, cystic, disgusting zits. There was no way I can cover it up. They were just on my face. I kind of just had to deal with it. At first I thought maybe it was some food because I did go a little crazy one weekend and had food that I hadn't had in a while, such as dairy and a lot of sugar, which is not really good for my skin. But my acne just kept getting worse and worse, and I got to a point where I had up to 10 zits on my face. All of them weren't big cystic zits, but there were 3 really big ones, and then the other ones were kind of like smaller to medium size. I kind of wish I documented this process, but I really didn't because I was on my little YouTube hiatus at the time, so I wasn't filming. So I thought, okay, my skin is really irritated. Let me cut back on my exfoliating products, which is what you should typically do when your skin is just going through a rough time. So I decided to not use my retinol for about 4 days, and my skin drastically cleared up. The zits were draining, the other little ones were kind of just fading away. And then a week after that, my skin was finally doing a bit better, so I started incorporating the retinol back into my skincare routine every 3rd day again. And then I got this guy, which is kind of going away. It's still kind of there, but it's kind of going away. So yeah, it kind of led me to today. As you can see, I got this scar and then these big scars from the big cystic zits that I had. I do have some footage from that because I am starting to film another skincare review. But yeah, my skin is back to being, for the most part, pretty clear. So after experiencing 5 months of the Inkey List Retinol, what are my final thoughts? What are my final conclusions? And would I recommend this product? Overall, the Inkey List Retinol has completely changed the texture of my skin forever. I can never go back to what my texture felt like before. Part of me does think that it's not the retinol that's the issue. It is actually the squalene in here, which is making me break out pretty badly. I have tried out the ordinary squalene and I noticed that when I used it regularly, I was getting big breakouts. But overall, I would say I've had actually a really good experience with it, as long as I don't use it every other night. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention was that I do not put this directly on my skin. I always put it over my niacinamide. I felt like when I was applying it directly to my skin, it was just a bit too much for my skin. It's something I'm definitely still experimenting with, and I think the next retinol I'm going to try, it's going to be like a legit retinol. It's not going to be like, oh, mixed with squalene and like a bunch of other products. But overall, I would say if you are a beginner to retinol, if you have a crazy sensitive skin, and especially if you don't have any issues with squalene, I think this product is perfect to try. It's a perfect introduction to just retinol as a whole. So yeah, if you're hemming and hawing over this product, I would definitely recommend giving it a try, picking it up. It is really inexpensive at $10. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little 5-month update. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help support my channel. And question of the day, have you tried out the Inkey List Retinol? What are your experiences? I'm really curious. Also, if you are new to my channel and really like me and would like to see more skincare and beauty videos, definitely be sure to click the little red subscribe button that is right down below, and be sure to click the little notification bell that is right next to the subscribe button. This way you will get notified every time I upload a brand new video. If you would like to see my full month review of the Inkey List Retinol, I'm going to be leaving a link to it right here, and if you would like to see my most recent upload, I'm going to be leaving a link to that video right up here. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Be sure to stay safe and healthy, and I will see you next time.